the biggest fight ever in combat sports history, in any sport.
When two legendary fighters collide, each from different yet similar disciplines of combat, bound by a singular, ruthless objective to dismantle their opponent, it creates a spectacle that transcends all boundaries.
I mean, these numbers are absurdly high. You've combined two audiences here. It's brought the combat sports world together.
How do you see this playing out?
Well, I always give a puncher a 1% chance.
Does this mic work? Well then, fuck that mic!
He never really had a boxing match in his life, right? He went 10 rounds with the greatest fighter in the last 100 years of boxing. He went 10 rounds, scored punches on the greatest fighter in the last 100 years.
Boxing fans, get ready to witness one of the most iconic fights in combat sports history as we take a deep look into every thrilling detail.
I actually don't show up because I'm always there. My mind is always on this. I can never stop thinking about this game. There was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life.
He's one of the most dangerous guys alive. He's so good.
Hey, Floyd, how real was the power of Conor McGregor?
It was okay. It was fine. You know, it was respected, but it was something you respect, you know?
Conor McGregor, the man who took the UFC by storm with his unique fighting style. Known for his laser-accurate left hand, McGregor's precision and power have ended fights in the blink of an eye. From his wide stance and calculated footwork to his expert control of distance, Conor combines raw skill with a keen sense of timing.
But when you combine it all together, when you combine the whole package, the whole animal, that is the fight game, I don't think there's nobody that does it better than me. I think I am the pound for pound #1.
Becoming the first fighter in UFC history to hold two titles at the same time, he claimed the lightweight title while already holding the featherweight belt, marking him as the UFC's first ever champ and cementing his legacy in the sport.
Hey. Yeah. Let's see how you're doing the pressure.
There's a lot of talented fighters out there. I'm God-gifted.
In the field with whatever they throw at me, brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.
Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow.
If Conor stands as the pinnacle of MMA, then Floyd Mayweather undoubtedly embodies success in boxing.
No athlete works harder than me. Fuck fighters. No athlete works harder than me. You tell me one athlete right now has been dominating the game for 16 years straight without a loss.
You stop and think about how many fights he fought against elite guys. Not just great defense, like the best defense of all time.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who's fought everybody. He fought everybody. He fought Canelo. He fought Pacquiao.
At 38 years old, Floyd showed no signs of slowing down. After facing Manny Pacquiao in May 2015, Floyd announced what would be his final fight, a matchup against Andre Berto, aiming to crown his career with 49 victories and no losses.
Pound for pound king of boxing, Floyd Mayweather says he is hanging up his gloves for good on Saturday night.
You got fighters that may be faster than me.
Terrific hand speed by Pacquiao.
You got fighters that may hit harder than me.
And he's gone!
You got fighters that's very athletic. But you don't have no fighter that can make adjustments like me. You don't have fighters that can be on my level mentally. I always had a dream, and my dream was to be the best. No fighter in history has been in more bigger fights than me. No fighter in history has beaten more champions than I beat. But is it over? Absolutely not.
With a legacy of 22 champions defeated, Floyd was ready to add Andre Berto to his list.
The only thing I see is that success, that's for you, but I need that. I need that for me. I need to take that. I need all of that for me.
It's showtime!
Mayweather, an 18-1 favorite. Andre Berto getting the chance of a lifetime.
As expected, Floyd Mayweather put on a masterclass against Andre Berto, making the former two-time title holder look like just another walk in the park.
Very elusive. He thinks, defensive first. Always thinks defensive first. He's always looking. But he puts you in a place where he's so defensive and elusive, and you steady punching, and you keep swinging, and you see him looking at you. It puts you in a place of, okay, if I keep swinging too much, I'm gonna hang myself out there to get hit. He manages his time. He looks up at the clock like 4 times during the round. He'll move around, look at the clock, move around, look at the clock, grab you, tie you up, look at the clock, bop, bop, hit you 2 or 3 times, just enough to win the round and make his way up out of that round.
Well, it don't really matter if I hurt my left and my right hand. My career is over.
It is. Is that official?
It's official. It's official.
With yet another spectacular performance, Floyd seemed ready to walk away from boxing, matching Rocky Marciano's legendary record with 49 fights and 49 victories.
I'd probably put a bet down that he's going to come back. He's done it once before. I can't see him leaving. He likes a legacy. He has an ego, and I think it would be hard for him to leave that number 5-0 out there. Half a century is a pretty good number. I think he might want to come back and capture that number.
But there was still one more fight waiting for Mayweather. A showdown that would shatter records, bring in millions, and unite fight fans from every corner of the globe.
Boy, looked great, man. Fast, in shape like always, my impression is that he does have a 50th fight in him, you know what I mean? But that's up to the champ, man. That's up to the man and what he wants to do with his life and his career. I think he's definitely made a mark in the history in the sport of boxing for now and forever. We talk about that with the heavyweights back in the day, Mike Tyson, Foreman, Ali, so it is what it is, but at least his name is there to be discussed about.
As Floyd was stepping away from boxing, Conor was busy continuing his reign in the UFC.
This stunning left hand again. Look at this counter. Boom, over the top, on the jaw. Right hand, and behind it. Right hand behind it.
With an impressive knockout over Eddie Alvarez to capture the lightweight title and a hard-fought majority decision win over Nate Diaz, Conor proved himself as a relentless competitor in the UFC. With nearly 3 million pay-per-view sales combined for both fights, it was clear that the Notorious was the face of the UFC, with the money backing up this reality.
Conor, you promised this moment from the beginning. Finally, it's been achieved.
Can you see me right? See me clear over here?
So before your career's done, will you be the UFC featherweight champion?
100%. I'll be the UFC featherweight champion.
I wanted to read you a quote from 2013 that you said, "I've lost my mind on this game, like Vincent van Gogh. Dedicated his life to his art, and he lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me, but fuck it. When that gold belt is around my waist, and my mother has a big mansion, my girlfriend has a car for every day of the week, and my kids' get everything they ever wanted, then it will pay. Then I'll be happy I lost my mind."
I'm the fucking future.
It's been some ride. I've got it done. I've been through it all, my friend. I appreciate that, and it's been a wild ride for me. It's not been easy at times, but what a life! And I tell you what, I wouldn't want it to be any other way.
What a huge superstar he became. The fights that he was involved in. We never walked in a room and said, "Conor, this guy just fell out. We want you to fight this guy." And he's like, "Book it, let's do it." He'd always say, "Let's do it."
Are you afraid with Aldo?
What?
Are you afraid with Aldo?
Afraid with Aldo? I fear no, man. I've said this before. If you breathe oxygen, it's fair game. I will come and take you out. I don't fear nothing.
Conor McGregor will fight anybody, anywhere. It's the truth. It just really is. That guy doesn't care.
Obviously, your sport is different than boxing, than just pure boxing. You are the same weight as Mayweather.
You guys are the same, about the same weight.
Yeah, 145 pounds was the fight against Pacquiao, and my fight is 145 pounds.
Okay, so you're in the same weight class. What if you were in the ring with Floyd Mayweather? What do you think would happen?
So 49-0.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I mean, that feels to me like a bit of an odd number. How about 50-0?
He's obviously one of the greatest boxers anyone's ever seen.
If you're asking would I like to fight Floyd, I mean, who would not like to dance around the ring?
In the press this week, there's been a lot of talk about Conor McGregor.
But I most certainly would step into his world, and I would certainly box him if the opportunity arose, most certainly.
There's a lot of barking, but there's no biting. When you talk about biting, sign the contract. Don't talk the shit. If you really want to fight, sign the fucking contract.
There's no real fight in boxing left for Floyd anyway. After the Manny fight happened,
that's it.
There's no more real buzz. If you're looking to a fight that could generate interest, it must be across a match of different styles.
So just letting the world know that he's full of shit. He don't really want to fight. Oh, I want to fight, I want to fight, I want to fight. Mayweather scared of me. Sign the contract, let's make it happen.
If we were to get it on, I would most certainly dismantle him also.
To understand the beginning of this rivalry, we have to go back to when Conor McGregor appeared on the American talk show Conan. Although there had been crossover fights between these two disciplines before, like Tim Sylvia facing Ray Mercer or James Toney taking on Randy Couture, they had always taken place in the octagon, never in a boxing ring.
How much of a shot do you give Conor to win?
In my estimation, I think he has a 1 in 10 chance.
So why would you give him a 1%?
Because it's still a fight.
Yep.
Anything can happen in a fight. He is a long, unorthodox fighter. He's not going to throw things the way that Mayweather's used to seeing him. I think that gives him some chance. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but I think 1 in 10.
Before we continue, let me introduce you to Boxing Showtimes. It's a mobile app that gives you access to a complete boxing schedule, full undercards, personalized reminders, daily news, real-time updates, and so much more. Dive deep into fighter records and stats with detailed insights and technical analyses, participate in polls, and share your thoughts with fellow fans. The sleek design adapts to your style day or night. From buying tickets to finding venues, streaming the fights, this app has you covered. This isn't just an app, it's the boxing community you want to join. Download now and thank us later. With Mayweather declaring he'd come out of retirement for one reason only, to face Conor.
Conor McGregor, I'm out of retirement now just for Conor McGregor.
And fans pushing harder than ever for the fight to happen. Everything seemed to point toward this showdown finally coming to life.
This Conor McGregor, this little bitch.
Keep trying to get Floyd. What's Floyd gonna do? We're looking for anyone.
This little bitch, Conor McGregor, keep getting, you got favors off my name.
Floyd's a bitch, and he's petrified. As soon as I touched down in Las Vegas, he retired twice. He retired twice.
Yo, Conor McGregor, stop blowing smoke up people's ass. You little bitch. If you want to fight, let's make it happen, you punk.
Well, look, Floyd, trust me. This whole boxing world don't know what they're gonna see when I roll in here.
When I count to 3, I want this entire arena to scream, fuck the Mayweathers! 1, 2, 3, fuck the Mayweathers!
Just keep barking.
Fuck Floyd Mayweather!
You keep barking, keep barking. You keep barking, I'm gonna see if you gonna bite.
Both guys are looking to knock each other out. I believe Conor McGregor when he says that he's looking to come knock Floyd out in the first 4 rounds.
How can Conor beat Floyd Saturday?
I think that Conor McGregor being the bigger, stronger guy and accustomed to violence, I think he comes out and he tries to be the aggressor.
Floyd can fight aggressively if he chooses. I expect him to do that at times against Conor.
From there, Conor and Floyd began one of the most iconic tours to promote their fight. Starting in Los Angeles, they crossed into Toronto, Canada, then headed to New York, before finally crowning the tour in London, England. As expected, this fight sparked divided opinions. Some were certainly in favor, while others were quick to dismiss it. But hey, there's no such thing as bad publicity. All the chatter from big-name boxers and pundits only cranked up the hype, making everyone want to tune in and see what would go down.
I really don't want to comment about that fight. You guys decide for yourselves. You guys know what's happening.
How do I give this 0-0 guy a chance against a 49?
I think Mayweather would just outbox Conor McGregor because McGregor has never fought past 5 rounds.
And we're talking about Mayweather and McGregor, a UFC fighter who has no credibility in boxing. You have a UFC fighter and you have a professional legend, undefeated professional fighter saying that they're going to fight. a fantasy match?
It's a hybrid event, something of a freak show, this odd confrontation between a guy from MMA and a boxer. People who do two different things, and they're going to box. So does anybody really believe they don't know who's going to win?
You'll be surprised, Jim. Honestly, you'll be surprised. I've talked to a lot of people that are giving Conor a chance.
There's always a possibility. There's always a chance.
I'm hoping Conor can land that big left hand.
In boxing, anything's possible.
He's going to attack this fight from a direction and an approach that Floyd has never even thought about. Trust me on this.
Fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. It's showtime! UFC lightweight world champion, please welcome MMA's undisputed top attraction, two-division UFC champion of the world, introducing the notorious Conor McGregor! And his opponent across the ring, he is undefeated in his remarkable 20-year campaign in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's future Hall of Famer. Here is the former 5-division champion of the world, introducing the sensational and undefeated Floyd Money Mayweather.
So many people have been interested in this fight. What exactly is going to happen when you have pound for pound the best fighter of this generation step into the ring against a great striker from the MMA world, but now says he's going to take over the sport of boxing? Both men agree. They say this fight will not go the distance.
The bell and McGregor immediately going on the attack.
That's what he has to do.
Moment. A counter uppercut from Conor McGregor as Floyd Mayweather came in. That was intriguing on many levels.
Conor McGregor, Ray, shocks the world for a while. What did you think of the boxing skill of Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor definitely looks like he belongs in this fight.
McGregor surprised me. He impressed me with being able to utilize his own style.
Enjoy it, yeah? It's only gonna get better. Easy walk.
The match began with Conor McGregor taking the lead in the first 3 rounds. He came out aggressive, landing punches and keeping Floyd Mayweather on the defensive. Floyd spent most of this time with his hands up, absorbing McGregor's attacks and only throwing punches when a clear opportunity presented itself. But Mayweather wasn't simply defending, he was executing a calculated plan. Mayweather understood the challenge McGregor faced stepping into a boxing ring. UFC fights never went beyond 5 rounds.
But Mayweather's so smart. He let him work. He let McGregor work for 3 rounds. And when you have nothing left, I'm going to put you out. You know, that was such a brilliant strategy.
And he knew how to take advantage of Conor's weaknesses. One of the most glaring was his stamina. McGregor had a history of slowing down as fights wore on, and Floyd was patiently waiting for that moment. It was a masterful strategy that would eventually turn the tide in his favor.
Meet that tide. Look how he's getting up.
Game plan was let him come out and shoot his low. For the first 3 rounds, let him shoot his low. Slowly start hitting him with big shots to the body. We knew he was going to shoot big shots early. We're going to just keep catching, using our defense, shooting shots to the body, hitting him with big shots up top, and then go toe-to-toe and break him down.
But how did you know you'd be able to take those shots?
That's why you had to go out there and test it. I went out there and came straight ahead to test his power. And I went back and told my dad, we'll take him out in the later round.
Whenever you ready for him, you going.
All right, let's go for the kill. Dad, let's go for the kill.
Floyd Mayweather, then to the body, then the head. Here comes Mayweather.
Conor's getting more tired.
See his mouth open up a little bit, sucking in air through his mouth, not his nose.
Another right hand to left. Oh, Floyd Money Mayweather in the...
That's it.
Oh, Robert Byrd has stopped the fight.
By way of technical knockout. Floyd Money Mayweather.
This was my last fight tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My last fight.
That's for certain, no matter what's in front of you.
For sure. Tonight was my last fight. Conor McGregor, you're a hell of a champion. And to the country of Ireland, we love you guys.
He's not that fast, he's not that powerful, but boy is he composed in there. I've got to give him nothing but respect. Fair play to him. Great career he's had.
A showdown destined to be etched in the annals of history. Conor McGregor, the audacious underdog from the world of MMA, stepped into uncharted territory and delivered a performance that silenced doubters and electrified fans. Across the ring stood Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend, masterfully navigating the pressure and proving why he is one of the greatest to ever lace up the gloves. As the final bell rang, Mayweather emerged victorious, not just protecting his flawless record, but cementing his legacy with an unprecedented 50th win, a night that left the world talking and the fans wanting more. And with that, we've reached the end of another presentation. Thank you once again for sticking with us until the very end. We hope to see you in the next video.